All right, today we are diving deep into crafting the blueprint for your company's future. And that blueprint, it's your data architecture. If you get this right, you unlock some serious innovation. But if you get it wrong, well, you risk getting left behind.
So, let's start with the big question. Is your data actually helping you, or is it hurting you? The answer, as you'll see, really lies in the foundation you've built. See, data can either be your most powerful asset or, honestly, your biggest bottleneck. The right architecture is what makes all the difference. And the stakes here are incredibly high. A poor architecture, what does that do? It creates these frustrating data silos, it slows down decision-making to a crawl, and it totally limits your AI potential. But the right architecture? Oh, it's an absolute game changer. We're talking faster decisions, unlocking the true power of AI, and being able to scale right along with your growth.
So here's our game plan for today. We'll kick things off with a core principle, then run through a pre-built checklist. After that, we'll take a tour of the main architectures out there, figure out how to choose your path, and finally, wrap up by focusing on how to build a foundation that's really meant to last.
Okay, first things first. Before we even think about touching any technology, we have to establish the single most important principle of this entire process.
That's it, right there. There is no single best data architecture. The whole idea of a one-size-fits-all solution, it's a complete myth. The right approach for you has to be, and I mean has to be, tailored to your specific business needs, your goals, and where your organization is right now in its journey, always.
So, if there's no single best option, how in the world do you tailor your approach? Well, it all starts by asking the right questions. This is what we call your pre-build checklist.
And notice, the very first question has absolutely nothing to do with technology. It's all about business outcomes. What are you actually trying to do? Improve customer experience? Maybe optimize your supply chain? Before you even think about writing a single line of code, you have to anchor your entire strategy to a clear business problem.
Then you have to think about velocity. How fast does your data move? Are we talking about big batches of data that run overnight for reports? Or do you need to react to events in like milliseconds? This one factor alone is going to fundamentally shape your architectural choice.
And finally, you've got to be realistic. What can your team actually build and maintain right now? Are you just getting started with SQL, or do you have a team of seasoned machine learning engineers? Your choice has to line up with your current capabilities and, of course, your future AI ambitions.
This checklist really brings it all together. By forcing you to answer these tough questions, everything from business goals to team skills, you end up creating a really precise blueprint of your needs before you ever choose a technology. This is the step right here that prevents those super costly mistakes down the line.
All right, with our requirements checklist in hand, now it's time to explore the blueprints. Let's take a quick tour of the 3 most common architectural models out there today. First up, you've got the classic, the data warehouse. The best way to think about this is like a pristine, highly organized library, but for your structured data. It's purpose-built for analyzing past performance. You could even say a warehouse is kind of like your company's rearview mirror. It's perfect for understanding exactly where you've been. Next, we have the modern evolution, the data lakehouse. Now, this one aims for the best of both worlds. It combines the raw, untamed power of a data lake with the structure and reliability of a data warehouse. So if the warehouse is the rearview mirror, the lakehouse is your GPS. It's guiding you in real time while still knowing all the roads you've already traveled.
Now, for the really large, complex organizations, there's the data mesh. Instead of having one central data team that does everything, a mesh gives ownership out to specific business domains. To finish our analogy, this is like having a whole fleet of self-driving cars, each one navigating its own route, all coordinated but totally independent.
So, with these 3 pretty powerful options on the table, how do you actually decide which one is right for you?
This decision flow here, it acts like your compass. By answering just a few simple yes or no questions based on that checklist we made, it guides you to a logical starting point. For instance, if you need AI and you have a ton of unstructured data, well, that path is going to point you directly toward a lakehouse. Another way to look at it is with this data maturity model. Where are you right now? Are you at level 1, focused purely on reporting? A traditional data warehouse is a great fit. Are you moving all the way toward level 5 with full domain ownership? Then a data mesh is probably your ultimate goal. It just helps you see which architecture is the natural next step for your organization.
And finally, choosing an architecture isn't the end of the road. Not at all. It's really just the beginning of building a future-ready foundation that can evolve and grow right along with you.
A key part of that foundation is deciding where it's all going to live. The cloud offers incredible scalability and speed, while on-premises gives you maximum control. The truth is, for most large enterprises today, a hybrid strategy that combines the best of both is pretty much becoming the default.
And no matter which model you choose, these are the components that are going to make it future-proof. Things like a feature store, which is kind of like a shared pantry of ready-to-use ingredients for your machine learning models, or a streaming platform for real-time data, and a data catalog to keep it all organized. These things are no longer optional. They're absolutely essential for an architecture that's built to last.
If you remember just one thing from all of this, please make it this. This is a business decision first and a technical decision second. The technology must serve the strategy, not the other way around. Your blueprint has to be designed to solve real-world business problems.
So we'll leave you with that one final thought. Take a really hard look at your current systems and ask yourself this: is my architecture designed to just report on where my business has been, or is it actually built to power where my business is going? The answer to that question will tell you everything you need to know.